just going to do get kind of comfortable here. We're just going to do a little, probably a Q&A tonight and talk about some stuff that we've got going and all that kind of good stuff. What's up?
Okay, Crochet Lady, Josh, Franklin Park Rail Fanning,
Uh-huh.
and Michael are here.
Oh, well, welcome. We're squeezing just a short live stream in right now. We've just got a really busy week. Yesterday we had an event over at my son's college where he received an award. So, and then we've got to go back tomorrow because the department's honoring him too. So, it's just kind of and then we've got some stuff going Thursday, I think, too.
Yeah.
So, we just haven't had time to do a whole lot since our last live stream, but I'll catch you up with what we have done.
Great Northern says hi,
Hey.
and you got a haircut.
I did. Yeah, my wife does it for me. So,
Oh, Caboose CH says hi.
oh, hey. Yeah, mine's pretty simple to do where I don't have so much on top anymore. So, when COVID hit and you couldn't go get your hair cut anymore, she started doing mine for me, and I just never went back. She just keeps doing it. So, that way, whenever I want to do it, we just do it in the evening around the house. So, yeah, I did that on, I think, Sunday? No.
Yeah.
Sunday? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was done before we did your thing yesterday.
Mhm.
So, yep.
Or was it Saturday?
I don't
Before church. I think it was cut before church.
Might have been.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Let's see. Great Northern says, oh, Arski's here.
Oh, well, good. Glad to see ya.
And Great Northern says, I'm in the same boat, but I still pay $40.
Yeah. So that's. She doesn't charge me, which is good, I guess. So that works out all right. So I thought I would show you.
Hi, Josh.
Hey.
How you doing?
Let me get the volume turned on this turned down a little bit here. I don't need that on. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Just so I can see these if I need to.
Yeah.
So as you can see, we have a little guy sitting right here. I just finished this one up. This is for one of our subscribers. It was on the table, but I'm doing another job for another person. And I'll show you that here in a little bit. So I needed the space, so I've just got it sitting up here. I thought I'd see how it looks against the back with the big towers. He didn't want one as tall as these, but he loved the style of building. So this is actually, I think it's about 15 inches tall, something like that. Looks really good as a small building, actually. So I told him, you could use it as a courthouse or a small apartment or something like that.
Let's see here. What was that? Arski says, glad to see you on a non-work night.
Yeah.
And Jeff says hi.
Hey.
Good evening.
Good evening.
And
So-
looking good.
Yeah. So this one actually came out. It's actually pretty cute. I really kind of like this size on this one. So I love my big towers. Don't get me wrong, but this is really good for like a smaller layout situation, or if somebody doesn't have a huge city like this. So I may have to remember this size right here. Actually, all it is just one section. That one has two sections in the middle. This is a single section. Those have two. Those have three, and that has a four. So this is a quarter the size of the big one. But I really like it. So we will. We may just keep this in mind. This one may actually sell better at a train show, being a little smaller. We took the big ones to the train shows, and while people loved them, they didn't have a city that would have handled it, a tower that big. So something like this might be better. So we may try that at the next train show when we go to do the one in West Point?
Yeah.
No, West Bend.
West Bend.
West Bend, just north of Milwaukee.
Jeff says, are you putting lights in those buildings?
Yes, eventually we are putting lights in everything. That's going to be a real task. I'm not looking forward to that, but that's all right. I bit this one off, so I'll just have to chew through it and get it done. So we'll get there.
And Caboose says, reminds me of Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh yeah, I can see that. So I get a lot of comments. People have said Chicago, they've said New York. Mostly Midwest type of look versus something real far out in the West or even South. Although this little guy right here, somebody sent me a picture of this. He's interested in getting this in a couple of months. He was from New Orleans, and he told me, I don't remember where I posted the picture, where it came from, but I posted a picture of the tower right there, and he said, wow, he said, it looks exactly like the first apartment I lived in. And he actually sent me a picture, and this did look exactly like the tower. Mine was the taller one at the time, but now that I've made the smaller one, this is exactly what that one looked like. The top was almost identical, everything. So this kind of style is just everywhere. So it's just a good one as just an overall type of a little building or tall building, I guess, as the case may be. Yes.
Josh says I'm going to get a subway train for my layout, one on the bottom and subway, one on the other uprise trestle when I get them.
Oh, okay. So an elevated. So you have an elevated and a subway.
Jeff says I missed you at the Union Train Show. Where's the next one at?
Next train show. Well, I guess actually it is a train show. Because they said they're going to have 50 vendors tables and 2 layouts. Silius? It's right around the Quad Cities in Illinois. So it's just north and east on the toll road 88. I'm sure if you Google something in that area, it's actually where I found out. I didn't know this is where it was. This is actually where the Challenger, the Union Pacific Challenger, is now sitting, and they're doing like ongoing restoration to it. So in addition to the 2 layouts, of which one is a fantastic in-scale layout, and the HO one looks incredible. It's actually supposed to be one of the best, from what the write-up says, from the newspaper stuff. It's supposed to be one of the best HO modular, Modutrack HOs, I guess, in the country. So those 2 are going to be there, along with 50 tables, and you get to go see the Challenger and another steam engine with their ongoing restoration operations. So it's a 2-day event, and it seemed like it was $20 a person, something like that. And it said $5 parking too. So it's from us. It's about 2 hours down the road. So
Jeff says that's what I want to see is more N-scale layouts.
Oh well, that's what we do. That's all we do right now. So the lower shelf here below is going to be all in scale. We're moving into that pretty quick. I just had some of these orders I needed to get finished up. This wasn't an order. This was just a thing for a subscriber. The orders are over here. I'll show you this. Like I said in a minute, I've got a bunch of container stuff I'm having to do. I've got some container cars that are in the process of being done. I've got some, what do they call those? Impact cars?
Yeah, I think so.
Or 2FC cars. I don't remember what they're calling them. But I've got 5 sets of those, 5 sets of 5 cars. So there's 25 cars there that I'm working on that all have to be trailers made for, and 3 sets of containers. These are all things that are going out to a fellow that lives here in town. Go ahead.
Oh, Josh says I can't wait to see the big boy this year in Nokomis, Illinois.
Yeah.
And Jeff says I have a ton of N-scale stuff I need to get.
Well, yeah, I know how that goes. So basically, we've got limited like running stuff and cars. What we're mostly into, because of the 3D printer, obviously, is the layout. So that's where we're focusing right now. Is we get something new, we show it. We share it with you guys. I was hoping to have that. I think we talked about it. We have a Amazon wish list, and a fella had bought us 2 things off of it. The one we've actually premiered here already. It's the BNSF SD70 ACE. And then we found out this past weekend he also got us the Surfliner set. So, what's up?
Oh, nothing.
Okay. We had a problem with the Surfliner set. It came in damaged. So we are in the process right now of doing an exchange. We've sent the first set back, and the minute they get it back, we get issued from Amazon a card, virtual card for the value, and we can go get another one. There's like 2 or 3 vendors that have it up there. So it should have arrived today or possibly tomorrow.
Yeah, it's still moving in New Jersey.
Okay, so it'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
So as soon as he gets it back tomorrow, we get credited, and we've already got the other set picked out. So we'll have it sent. As soon as they get confirmation that it's been delivered, we get the credit and everything. And so as soon as that happens, we'll get the other one sent immediately. So we should have the Surfliner possibly this weekend, because the other one's coming from, I think, Georgia someplace. that where it was Georgia?
Yeah, I think that's where they were out of.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Georgia.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So we'll be getting that set up and then here, and then we'll premiere it, and hopefully it won't come in. You know, the funniest thing about it, though, I wonder if this is there might be an issue with this engine.
Oh, Jeff just says the big boy goes right by my house if it's going to go to West Chicago.
Okay.
Great Northern says I bought a number of 3D printed buildings on eBay.
Okay.
Jeff says I need firefighters and forestry equipment. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Where was I at with
The
the
Surfliner? They're making.
Yeah, actually, I was looking at the production photos of the Surfliner, and that drop that's on the plow in the very front,
Yeah.
actually is even on their production picture.
Right.
But it is sealed. The back area where we have the bow down.
I noticed
So,
that too
yeah,
on a lot
so
of all the.
I'm not going to worry about it if it comes in and all we have an issue is just a little bit of a drop, because even if in their production model it was that way, then there's really not a whole lot
Right.
that was going to be done about it. But this was a much bigger flaw than what that one was.
Yeah, it looked actually like the tab had snapped off.
Yeah.
Is what it looked like.
Yeah.
And where the box looked completely used.
Yeah, it was pretty well torn up. The box that the set came in, it had some real tears and stuff up at the top and the lips. So it looked like it opened up a couple times. And the only reason that part gets bowed like it is if somebody had taken the shell off that wasn't with the factory, and they didn't align it properly. So somebody at some point had done something with that. This may have been like a factory return. Plus, it like stuttered a little bit on the lines. So we'll get a good one in, and we'll get it up, and we'll show you guys, and then we'll run both Amtraks at the same time, and we'll have a good time with that. So so we should be premiering that hopefully this weekend or early next week, if everything goes right. If the shipping coming from Georgia doesn't take too long, it should be within the next week or so, depending upon how fast they credit us back. Amazon's pretty good about crediting money back when you do returns and stuff, so it goes pretty quick. So we'll just have to wait and see. So that's where that's all at. So unfortunately, we don't have that to show tonight, but we will in the next one. So the next train show that we're probably going to go to, we're not going to get a table at. It will probably be that one down at Quad Cities. They said they have the largest shops, privately owned shops, in the entire upper Midwest. So, and going by the photo I saw of the Challenger sitting inside, it looks pretty impressive. So we may actually do a live there if we do go. It's not for sure we're going to go, but that is the potential next one that we'll go to. But if we do, where we're going to be outside for a lot of it, we'll probably be able to do a live stream there. So I'm hoping that may be a good thing. So we'll see.
Jeff says I do photography work, so I try and catch them when I can.
Yeah. Well, we're going to start getting this summer. We've got a number of quick little local areas around here that we're going to travel around to and get some railfan videos. We have a lot of good equipment that goes right through here. Just half an hour away is the Rochelle, the Rochelle Diamond, where the UP and the BNSF cross each other. 4 tracks, 2 main lines each, and it's a busy spot. And there's a great railfan park there. It's got no covered viewing area and raised up high, so we might go down there and do some rail fanning. If we do, we might go live at that too. So
Jeff says post when and where so we can come see you in the show.
Oh, yeah. Now this one, if we do go to the one in Silas, I don't know. We'll get it all figured out. We'll post it on the site, on the page, the main channel page. We'll post the dates and times of the show, and if we're going to be there. Now we won't have a table. We'll just be there. We'll have our little badges on that we have. We've got the logo that we have for this channel up here. We have a little badge. It's a magnetic thing that we put on the front and one on the back, so people will be able to identify us pretty easily. So you should be able to see us there. Then, as far as an actual show goes, our next one will be West Bend.
Orski says road trip.
Road trip, yeah, it is. Oh, speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys right now, we're going to do a challenge this weekend. We'll post a thing about it. We're going down to Hobbytown on Saturday I'm just going to use that gift card that I got from a friend, a good friend. It's a $50 gift card. We're going to go see the neatest thing we can get, things that we can get for $50 in scale at Hobbytown. I already know a lot of the stuff that's there because obviously you guys have seen the videos we have made down there. I know a lot of the things that are there, but he gets things changing up all the time. Part of the challenge is going to be I'm only going to give myself $10 or $12 extension off of the 50, so that I'm going to see what I can get for 60, 62 bucks, something like that. Right in that range, right there, maybe 65. I'll add like a little, maybe 15 to it, 12, 15 to it, something like that. So we're going to do that on Saturday. I don't think that's going to be a live stream. We're probably just going to make a video for that. So that should be kind of fun. Be our first one like that. Any of the gift cards that I get in the future like that, we'll just go down and we'll make a challenge out of it, and I'll see what I can do. That's the one thing you don't really get. You can't really you can't, like you do at a trade show. You can't really negotiate price. It's pretty much just what's marked on the box, because a lot of times their stuff is already marked down quite a bit, especially at this Hobbytown. Because you'll see what retail was actually on the price tag, in addition to what their low price is. So we can't really negotiate. So I'm just kind of stuck with that. So there's not gonna be any haggling involved like we usually have at a show.
Arsky says, "Aw man, I'll be at Universal Studios, Lord's willing."
Well, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Universal Studios is a good place.
Great Northern says, "Yeah, see, I'd give myself $100 extension and buy a locomotive. I admire your discipline."
Well, he's got an engine there. He really does, but he's a great guy, and he actually offered me a few bucks off of it, but it still came in a little higher than what I could get with shipping off of eBay. So about maybe a $5, $10 difference, and $5 and $10 is $5 and $10. That's an extra small car at a train show. So, but these other cars aren't too bad. I'm looking at a couple of Micro Trains cars. They're those pre-factory weathered ones. So he's got a couple of really nice ones down there, but I don't know what he's gotten in since either. So we'll just have to go down and do it. Plus, I've got to get some dull coat for these things I'm working on over here. I'll show you in a minute. I've got to get some dull coat for that. And then what was the other thing we had to get? There was something else for these orders that I had to get. Maybe I didn't tell you. Maybe I was just thinking about it.
Yeah, I don't think you did.
I might not have. It's like, oh yeah, I better get that. No, I don't even know what it was that I got. So, well, I'm working on this tomorrow, the next day, I'll remember what it is and I'll write it down. So
yeah, not a glue or anything. Or...
No, we're all good on glue and stuff.
Yeah,
it was something when I was working on these right here, and I know it has to do with these orders. So
let's see. Josh says I went to see Hot Air Balloons in Lincoln, Illinois, and I got a free train in Atlanta, Illinois.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Hot air ballooning. Well, I used to do that when I was a kid. My parents had 2 hot air balloons when we grew up in Albuquerque. When I grew up in Albuquerque. We did the hot air balloon fiesta for 10, 15 years, something like that. That was I did that when I was in my teens, early teens, something like that. It's quite an experience flying in a hot air balloon. But then the insurance rates got so high. My parents were paying almost as much for the balloon insurance as they were paying for the mortgage on their house. So you know what had to go. So it's an expensive hobby. So that was, but those were some fun times. I enjoyed hot air ballooning. I've been thinking about, they have over here at the airport near us, you can get balloon rides. So I've been thinking about, my wife's never been up in one, and neither has my sons. I've been thinking about seeing if I can't work that out to get them a balloon ride, so at least they can experience what I grew up with. So that should be kind of fun.
Jeff says, unfortunately, my hobby town is strictly RC, no trains.
Yeah, that happens. I've had a lot of people, when we posted those videos at Christmas about all this train stuff at our hobby town, they couldn't believe what they were seeing at our hobby town. They said theirs has never looked anything like that. Because he's probably dedicated at least a fifth of the store to nothing but trains. So every scale, tons of details, everything. So it's just like having a regular hobby shop, regular train hobby shop, which is great. So because that's not that far from us, and they have excellent hours, and very helpful. So,
Jeff says, I keep missing the contests. I actually won something from someone, but they backed out on sending it.
oh,
Great Northern says, I'm eyeing a couple of the Burlington Northern switchers that Cato put out recently.
oh, okay. Let's see, so switchers. So, are you talking about the like modern switchers that have been converted, like SD40s? Or are you talking about the old switchers like the SW? Well, probably older ones, because I remember you told me you're modeling an era. So you're probably, if the era you're modeling, you're probably looking at the SW1500s or 1200s or something like that. So those are always pretty cool little engines. So pretty neat.
Let's see. Caboose asks if you ever come east to Pittsfield, Massachusetts at all.
We've traveled the entire country when I was doing the train shows for selling my artwork. I've been as far as Danbury, Connecticut, so all the way through New York City, all the way out to Danbury, Connecticut, and all the way on the complete opposite, all the way down to San Diego, California, and up in the Pacific Northwest and down to the Gulf. And the only place I haven't been, as far as like kind of the four corners of the United States, I haven't been to the Southeast that much. We've gone down to Nashville. I think Nashville's about as far south and east as I have ever gone. Yeah. Well, no. Well, as an adult, yes. As a kid, I did go to Florida, but I don't count that because this is all I'm talking about as far as in business and trains go. I haven't been, and only once when I was a kid to go to Florida. So, yeah. So that, but we've been all over, and even into Canada for some of the train stuff. So. But that was back when you didn't even have to have a passport to go across the border. So we just drove across. So they asked you what you're doing here, and you told them, and then you just went in and came back out. So those are the days. So yeah, so I've been all over the place. I've been all through Ohio and those areas. So.
Arsky says, I broke down and got the BLI Shea, Carolina, and Northwestern today, along with the CSX Spirit of West Springfield and CSX Chesapeake in Ohio.
Oh my goodness. Well, you did break down today.
Yeah, you did, huh?
Jeez. And you said you were gonna, when we were talking to you, you said you were gonna pre-order, what was it? Oh, you were gonna pre-order the Legendary? Is that the NS?
No, Landmark.
Landmark.
That's is an L name.
Yeah, I knew it was an L. So yeah, and you were telling me about the what was it I was wanting to get? You told me they were coming out. There was something in N-Scale. Maybe it was that.
I think it was that.
Might have been. I don't remember.
Jeff asks what type of track you're using and what type of switches.
Everything on the upper level is Atlas. It's Atlas Flex Track and Atlas switches. Lower level will be pretty much exclusively for right now Unitrack. Because I'm just going to try it out. I've never done an entire layout with Unitrack, so we're going to give that. We'll have all kinds of videos about that here starting pretty soon. We just have to get past. We got about another 2.5, 3 weeks. We've just got to get it past this period and Gabe finish his schooling, and then we're just going to be flying into everything in here.
Yeah.
We're probably going to. We may even just give it a try. We may be doing live every day as we're working on stuff here in the layout. Because once we get it, once he gets done, we will be getting this lower shelf completely cleared off, bringing in the extra foam, wood that we need, lights, and then we'll be putting the track down, and we'll be starting to scenic it real fast. We finish up the skid row area, we'll be building the yards and the display cases. So that first month, which will be starting around the 10th, 12th of May, all the way through into early mid-June, we are going to be just hitting this layout hard. So you guys are going to see tons of stuff. We're just he just has a ton of homework right now to do.
Yeah.
And we can't get anything printed. I've got tons of details I need done on the Skid Row stuff that we just had to put on hold. Fortunately, we had all the files done for this already made, so we were just able to print that while we were doing other things. So we were fortunate on that. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to got to that. So it's we're just kind of in a real holding pattern right now because I really want to get the parking garage made. We've got the files for that. There'd be a massive parking garage right here. We have to move that down a little bit. We've got the huge hotel to go right there. So as soon as we hit June, or May, actually early May, you guys are going to see massive changes to this place. So just hang in there with us right now for a little bit. We've just got a few things we got to get done with his schooling, and then we'll have, he's off from about the 10th, 12th of May, something like that, all the way through until
like the 8th of September.
Yeah. So
we're going to be.
It's almost 4 months.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing just gobs of stuff here. Lots of lives when we go out and about, because then we'll have the time. You guys will be able to go on road trips with us, like, down to the hobby shop, out rail fanning, whatever. So we just got to get past this period. So we're kind of in a, so just so you guys kind of know, it's been this way for the past 2 years, this being the third year. April and November are going to be kind of our slow months as far as lots of stuff being done on the layout, because that's the final, that's his stretch to finish up each semester. And he's still got 3 more years to go getting through his masters. So
sorry, everyone.
We'll have plenty. We'll make up for it in droves during his off time. So plus we hope to excuse me, film a whole bunch of stuff that will give us things to put up easily that'll all be formatted in addition to what you guys see daily during the summer and during the Christmas month, because he's off for 6 weeks at Christmas, almost 7. So those will be our 2 huge areas, is summer and that.
We have a bunch here.
Bunch what?
The comments.
Oh, okay, sorry. I just get rambling on. Sorry.
Okay, so Great Northern says the Burlington Northern switchers are EMD NW2s.
Oh, okay. Yep, know what that is. Yep.
Jeff says, I'm slowly working on mine, but I have my woodworking business, and that ties me up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh says, awesome, can't wait to see it.
Oh.
Jeff says, have a great week. I'm heading off.
Okay.
See you next time.
Yeah, we'll be on probably Friday.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Let's see. Arski said, Greg says, I'm starting to slow down on my trains. Spring is here, and I've got to start my yard work.
See,
this is a slow period for everyone.
Yeah, but you guys are just the opposite. Everybody goes into doing stuff in the summer, and I hate summer. I absolutely detest being out in my yard. So the more time I can spend in here doing things, the happier I am. So.
Let's see. RC says the pre-orders are an N scale, but I heard from the CEO of BLI that they're hoping to announce the HO scale landmarks later this year.
Oh, okay.
But N scale is supposed to be ready later this year.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah. Plumber Boggs says hi.
Well, hey there.
Just got in. Did we address Lance's haircut? Looking sharp.
Yeah. Yes, it has been. And I explained that my wife does it for me. So ever since COVID, when you couldn't go out and get a haircut, she started doing it, and with as little as I've got to deal with, it's just a zzz, 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 and she's done like 10 minutes. So that's all there is to it. By the way, so those of you who haven't been on, this is a new one that's here. So it's going out here fairly soon. So yep. So we're any others?
It says, Plumber Bog says, my wife cuts my hair, same thing ever since COVID.
Yep. It's like, I wonder how many people that happened to. And then, because we all had to go out, the hardest part was finding an actual, professional clippers.
That were open?
Well, no, the clippers you use.
Oh, those. Oh, yeah.
Do you remember when we were trying to find them? It took forever because they were all sold out. Everybody was out buying hair clippers and everything, and we could not find them at Walmart, we could not find them at Target, nothing. We had to order ours online. It took like a month to get here.
Yeah, I think it was off of Amazon or something.
Yeah, but it was like on back order forever. Because everybody was buying clippers and getting their own hair at home. So yeah, that's just holdovers. So it was like, my wife does a good enough job for me, and I don't need to go back. So.
Fresno Jason says good evening.
Hey, good evening.
Finally having a clearing in the weather. 2 tornadoes here today, and the layout's looking good.
Oh, well, I'm glad you're safe from the tornadoes. We got ours finished about, I guess 4 or 5 days ago. We've actually had a spell of nice weather. It's been good. We had when was it? When did we get that hail?
Oh.
A few days ago, not too long,
yeah,
4 days ago.
Yeah,
we had hail came through. It wasn't a lot, but they were that big. They were the size of your fist. So on my car, I have a big old dent about that big on the top of my car, and Gabe has one on his door. So fortunately, it could have been a lot worse. I mean, we could have lost both vehicles, been totaled, completely because I've seen cars totaled. So I just got to get a guy to come and pop those dents out and take care of it. I don't even know if I'm going to mess with the insurance because of deductibles. The rate won't go up because, it's considered an act of God type of thing. So they don't raise your rates on that. It's just how much your deductible is versus a guy coming out for a half an hour with that little tool and popping those dents out. So if it winds up being just cheaper to do it on my own, I'll do it that way. But if it's going to cost us, $500 to $1,000 to do it, I'll probably go through insurance. So yeah, but we missed the tornadoes, but we got the hail. So that's, but we could hear it, boy. Some people around us, they lost all of their upper windows, just completely smashed out. There were some places around town that were terrible.
Yeah.
So
Fresno Jason says, had a scare with Dad being close to the first
Oh.
tornado, but he managed to get away from the area safely.
oh, good.
Yeah, glad he's okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming that he doesn't have a basement that he could get down into, because around here we got basements everywhere. Every house has a basement, so we just evacuate our basements. So
Yeah.
my mom, when she hears the warnings come on, she just grabs all the stuff she needs, and she has one of those chair lifts that goes down, and she just rides right down the basement, and she stays down there till it's all over. So
Let's see here. Sir. Oh, Great Northern says, I let my hair go during COVID. It got a little crazy.
yeah, and see the problem with my hair, with my lack of hair, when it goes crazy, it gets too long. You look like those really pathetic hippie holdouts from the late 60s, early 70s, when you got this big mass down here and you got this going out the sides. So it doesn't work too well. So yeah.
I remember Mom's hair. It got so long.
It looks so nice, but she hates long hair. So unfortunately, but that's all right. That's her choice. So.
Plumber Bug says, have a great night, gents. Sorry, gotta bail.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll talk to you soon.
And thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, Fresno Jason says, Fresno houses, unless built in the 40s and 50s, they don't have basements, sadly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of stuff out in the West didn't. I'm from Albuquerque originally. I don't even remember a single neighbor, any friend I knew had a basement. Nobody had a basement out in that area. So yeah, Southwest, they didn't have them. So
yeah,
because it was a tornado alley, so you just didn't have to have it. Well, it was dirt devils back there, where it looked like little tornadoes with the dust going up, but you could stand right in the middle of them and just have stuff flinging around you, but you don't get lifted off the ground. So. Yeah.
Great Northern says, hailstorms are nuts. We had one years ago and everyone got new roofs, sidings, and gutters.
Yeah. Boy, yeah. Bad thing is all the scams that are coming along now. It wasn't even a day after the hail was here, I got a phone call. He says, oh, is this so-and-so at this address? I said, yes. And he said, oh, well, we're in the area and we've got all this set up to come and see people's roof damage. And I said, well, I went out and looked, and I said, it looks just fine to me. Oh, you won't know till you see it real close. It's like, okay. You're going to get me to put a deposit down. They're going to say, you're going to work with my insurance and everything, and then I'm never going to see you again. So I was like, no, if the house starts leaking, then I'll contact my insurance company and have them send out who they want to send out to take a look at it and do what they got to do. So got to be careful.
Josh says, we lost power last Friday for 3.5 hours.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we didn't do that. We had a few blips of power because they had to keep resetting the clocks and everything around the house. Isn't that just fun when you have so much digital stuff that, you get even just a 5-second, 10-second power outage, you got to go around and reset everything.
All the clocks.
Every clock.
Internet's got to reset.
Yeah, that
takes like 15 minutes.
Yeah, if you guys remember, Gabe was seeing that phantom drop from the ceiling, the phantom rain that was coming in up here. We lost a little bit of power that night. So that same night that rain was coming in, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. He blames that on me. He says, you're the one that always finds things going wrong because you listen for every noise and you see every little thing. He says, see what you've done to me? You've corrupted me. Now I'm seeing all these things. It's like, I wasn't worried about it. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything. So
I'm shaking my head in disapproval.
Yeah, sure.
Jason says, our primary concern is earthquake safety. Kind of bites us in the butts for times like this.
Yeah. And I'm sure the insurance for that's pretty pricey too. It's kind of like living in a flood zone. Unfortunately, even though we got big rivers around us, we're up high enough on a hill, we're not in a flood zone. So that was one of the reasons we picked this house, because just maybe, I don't know, half a mile, 3/4 mile that way, you hit the flood zone. And it's because we have the Rock River goes right by us, and it's pretty good sized river. They got a dam there for the hydroelectric plant, and so it
Yeah.
can back up pretty quick.
Let's see. Arsky says in Florida we don't have basements. If I did, I would have a huge train layout. Might be a good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Great Northern says call your insurance adjuster. Don't deal with those fly by night roofers, but definitely get it checked out.
Yeah, out in the yard, I probably counted less than 20 of the big hailstones. We just had a lot of the smaller stuff. And our roof is fairly new. We just had it re-roofed like 4 years ago. So, if it was, that roof had been on here for 25 something years, given the previous owner when they said they did it versus how long we've been in it. So if we were, onto an older roof, I probably would, but I've done some inspections. I've been all over this house working on things. I've been up on ladders, repainting. So I kind of look for everything. I didn't see any loss of shingles, anything up there. And with that few of actual big hailstones, we're probably okay. Like I said, if I see anything happening, then we'll contact them. I'm going to put a call in probably tomorrow. I just gave it a few days because I know we've got State Farm, and I know we're going to get hammered yesterday and today with all of the calls because there was a lot of damage. So I just figured, going to let it calm down, and I'm just going to call and put it on. All I got to do is put it on file that I've notified them, to where later if we have an issue, I've already had it. You already have it on record like that, and they just come and take care of it.
Caboose says this winter was not too nice. My landlord had to replace the roof. Where I live, I had to take down my N-scale layout.
Oh, well, hope you got it back up. Got it put back together. So, yeah, it was we actually had a mild winter, but we're really paying for it now in the spring. So, usually I shovel snow probably, or I don't know, a dozen or more times a year, because our average here is about 30 inches of snow, 30, 40 inches of snow a year. Has been that way in a long time now, not since probably about a decade. It's been a lot less. I think this year I shoveled 3 times, and it was probably only amounted to the 3 total to about maybe 1.5 feet of snow. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely down. So, but now we're getting the rain. I'm going to do some look. Our neighbor next door, he works for the college up in Madison. Before he moved, it was always great because he's a meteorologist. He works in the meteorology department.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. And he would have rain gauges out in his yard, and so I'd always get the accurate count because he had 2 or 3, so he could always back up his numbers. So I always knew exactly how much rain we had at a given time. But I'll just get my own rain gauges, I think, especially if we keep getting rain like this.
Caboose says yes, I got it back up.
Good.
Jason says my layout's in a section of the garage that was converted into a den, so it makes for a great hobby room. It was a 2-car garage.
Oh, okay. Well, I've known a lot of people that have done that. Yeah, that's especially out in California where you get good weather and you don't get a really cold winters like that. So let's see, Fresno's north, right? Fresno is up.
Huh?
I think that's where Larry lived, was Fresno.
Really? In California?
Yeah, he lived, if it's close to Sacramento, I think that's where
he says Central.
Central, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know he moved to California.
Larry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He lived out there about 20 years.
Wow.
And then he moved to, he bought a duplex, both units in Colorado. I think it was, I don't know.
Something.
Yeah, one of the nicer cities, ski cities up there in the mountains. So.
Jason says Sacramento's 3+ hours for me.
Okay.
Greg says, have you had to mow yet? I can probably put it off another couple weeks.
Oh, mowing.
Oh, yeah, don't get us started on yard work.
Yeah, I don't want to even be dealing with that this year. No. In fact, I was really hoping, we had for 2 years straight, we had the no mow May thing for the bees, the pollinators. So you didn't even have to mow. You let your yard just go natural like prairie, and not get tickets from the city for having your yard look like that. We had that for 2 years solid, and I thought they were going to bring it back last year, and they didn't. And I haven't heard anything this year. So I'm assuming I'm going to have to mow probably here pretty soon. I don't want to because I want to leave the dandelions. Everybody around me, don't think I'm that neighbor. I'm not. Everybody around me is that neighbor. This person over here, their entire front of their yard is completely covered in dandelions right now. Person over here, same thing. Person across the street, same thing. Our yard is pretty free of dandelions right now, but I know they're coming because as soon as those go, we'll start getting ours. And I leave them for the bees. We have tons and tons of bees on our property. We've got our lot goes 200 feet deep, and we have tons of flowers. We're trying to support the bees as much as we can. I know that sounds really hippie and everything, but I love our bees, and we try to put out really good stuff for them. And dandelions are the first thing that they see when they come out of hibernation, so we just don't bother with them. So I'm trying to keep from mowing at least another couple of weeks. I may get just the front yard, a few of the shaggy areas, not the whole thing. I'll leave probably the wildflowers because we get a lot of regular wildflowers out there too. So I'll probably leave that until the neighbors, it's kind of cycles the dandelions. We get some in the backyard. As soon as the ones come up in the backyard, I'll leave those pretty much all season.
RC says I've been mowing for the last month at my house. At the ranch, I've been mowing all year.
Yeah, I bet. I bet being in Florida, yeah, it'd be just a constant thing on some property. So, yeah, so I hate mowing. I have an electric mower. It's not even a battery, so I have a little cord I drag around with me because I just don't do it that much. Last year, when the rain stopped, which was May, mid-May, mid-late May, grass stopped growing. I think I mowed the lawn, and it never looked bad. I think I mowed the lawn the entire season from May until October. I mowed 4 times, 4 or 5 times tops. So we don't have to mow that much here, because we don't use sprinklers. Everything's usually stays green. It just doesn't grow. So it all looks fine. You get it trimmed and you get everything done, and it's good to go. So that, yeah. So I'm hoping. Well, all this rain's going to kickstart it big time, but I'm hoping it dries out and it just stops growing. It can stay nice and green, but it just stops growing. I'd be fine with that. So.
Great Northern says I'm big on pollinators too. I grow a lot of flowers for them.
Yep.
Mexican sunflowers the last couple of years. I love mowing and gardening.
Yeah, I love the gardening part. Well, I used to. But I hate the mowing part because I've been doing that since real little, and it's always been big yards. So we really were keeping up the yard really, really good. I'll get back to it probably next year. Burned out on it. I created all these plant beds around the house, front and back, and I bought bricks real cheap from Menards, the little paver bricks. The ones that are like 8 inches long. They're like that thick. And I made all the beds out of that, but I needed them to look old because we have an old house and we've got like limestone foundation and everything. It's all kind of has that wavy look to it of carved stone. So I hand hammered every single brick that's on that's in the beds, the front all the way around, all the faces around, so that it had that wavy look to it. Because you couldn't find the right style to match the house. So I had to hand hammer every one, and I think my last count was around 1,500 bricks that I had done both front and rear. That I had spent like 4 summers just sitting out in the grass with a hammer, gloves, and goggles to keep the stuff out of my eyes, and just sitting there banging on bricks with a hammer. That burned me out. Beds look beautiful when we have them all done, and I'll get back to getting them all cleaned up. Last year it kind of got a little wild and woolly. Probably will this year too. But next year, maybe I have a year or 2 off of not dealing with it too much. We'll get all our beds put back. Our house has been featured in a lot of the local Facebook pages for homes and stuff, gardens in the area because of how we've built it. So I'll get back to it eventually, but not this year. No, this year we're doing this. I'm staying indoors. I'm gonna have the air conditioner on. I've got a door that has a window in it. I may actually this room gets hot even with the air going. I may put an air conditioner in the window of the door, and we're just going to cool this place down, and we're just going to spend a lot of time in here. So that's my plans for this summer and winter and fall and spring. So those times when Gabe's doing his work. So let me show you what I was working on today.
Asks how many tracks are on your layout.
All right, so right now, somebody asked how many tracks we have on the layout. So right now we have our 3 main lines, which currently are doubling as my staging tracks. They're just loops at this stage for just testing engines, cars, things like that. After I get done doing my weathering and doing my work on the stuff, I like to run around, putting the weights in, make sure everything's tracking well, couplers are working good. You can see over my shoulder right here, this is the elevated track. This is only part of it. If you haven't seen the bridge, I'll show that here in just a second. This upper level right here is going to have 4 tracks. They're going to be two on top, 2 below, and it'll be an elevated like that with street running down below. So we'll have eventually 7 tracks up here on the upper level, and we'll have 2 main lines on the lower level. So I guess 9 main lines eventually. And over here in the corner will be the helix, and then we'll have the staging yards back over there. So yeah, seven main lines up here, and they will all be able to go from the lowest to the upper level with the helix, so that we can start a train down low, work it up to the street grade, and then work it up to the elevated grade, and then work its way back down. So that's what we're going to be doing a lot of this summer, is getting all of that track in up here. So we have our double loops up top, our 4 main lines up top, completely up and going, with our switches in place to get to our helix. And then probably in the fall, we'll put our helix in. But over the summer, we'll also get this with a bypass track to go around where give us room to put the helix in, but where I can hook up with every level right here to run trains out of the yards to come running around in this area. So going to be a very busy summer. In addition to all of that, we're going to continue building the skyscrapers. We've got, like I said, the Alexandria Hotel's coming next. Then I found a good file. I finally found a good file for the huge Ferris wheel. So we'll start to print the Ferris wheel probably in the first month. We'll get that big thing up right here along with the carousel and a few other things. And then we'll get the big tall towers that go over there along with the massive parking garage. So that all should come in within the first 3 or 4 weeks of summer. For summer for us begins May 12th. That's when Gabe's off from college and we can really start to print and do things. He's the one that makes all the files. That's why we just can't go at a quick pace, because he's into his last 3 weeks right now for college, and it's just crunch time. So once he gets past that, he can start working on making the files for us. Then we can just really start to come in with everything. So we've been doing a little bit at a time as we can, but that's why things have really slowed up, and I really apologize for that for the past couple of weeks that we've really slowed down, because you guys, if you've been with us, you know how fast we were putting buildings up. In a lot of this has just been built since the beginning of the year. So in just the past 4 months, we've built almost all of these towers. So we were really rocking there, and then it always hits that period of time when he just has to slow up and get all of his stuff done in the semester with.
It's almost done now.
Do what?
It's almost done.
Yeah, it's almost done. He's getting close. He only has like about 7 assignments left. Couple of biggies for the end of the semester. A few tests, few things, but there's not a lot left. It's pretty much getting into his rearview mirror, but there's a 2,000 word thing he's got to take care of or something like that. So, but we'll get there. As soon as he's off, full steam ahead on everything in here. So if you guys just hang out with us, just bear with us for about another 3 weeks, 2.5, 3 weeks. Then we'll just be, like I said, we're going to be doing a lot of live streams. Between the live streams and taking you guys with us, road trips and things, like we said, to the places, live streams on that, we'll be having a pretty good time this summer. So, of course, then you guys will all be gone. Well, that's what that kind of doesn't work out too well, does it? You guys will be vacationing, working on your yards, doing all kinds of things when we start really pouring it online. So, hope you guys will be able to hang out with us and see the stuff. So let me get the camera and I'll show you what I've been working on. In addition to this being built, I'll show you over here what I've been doing for about the past day and a half. It's almost done. They're almost done. Getting close. So like I said, I'm working on a bunch of intermodal stuff for a friend who lives close here.
Yeah, Caboose says on my 8 scale layout I have 5 tracks.
Oh, cool.
Josh says, Jeff told me that the big boy can't go all the way through in Chicago because of the bridge. Can't hold the weight at the end. You have to back up and turn around.
Oh, that's interesting.
Harsky says that's a good thing, Lance. We need to get our money's worth watching you work.
Watching me work. Yes, we will be doing lots. So Like I said, this will be all, I mean, this is really going to expand fast this summer. It's just, I'm probably going to start to paint. I really want to paint the Artemis Center first. So I've got a paint picked out for it. So we'll be doing it right off the bat. I'll paint those 4 towers, and I'll get that the green for the oxidized copper up on top. We'll get all that in, and then we'll start figuring out what to do with it after that. We'll just start picking things out. Now this will have this has only got 1 track right now, this will have 2 tracks here. It'll be sitting above 2 tracks. So these will be the 4 tracks which come off of our big bridge right here. The 2 tracks on this level, and the 2 tracks on this level will be coming around and comes right over here and hooks up, and then comes right around there and it'll go around that way. All right, so here's what I've been working on past. You'll be watching, okay. So here is here's where I'm at on the weathering right now on these guys. You can see, I get here so you can see the color on top. I've got the dirt, well, I've got the fading in and a little bit of the dirt and some rusting effects. See if I can tip this so you can see the sides without getting too much of a glare. So you can see this is all what I've been working on right here. All the sides are pretty much done. Well, there's one more color to go, and that's the black. Basically what you see here with brown is what I've got to do with the black. So this will be doing, Gabe needs to work on upping the channel's production. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm gonna be putting to work on the layout. So, oh, hello, Jason. So you can see here, this is what the white is really hard to do. I'll show you how, because you got to be just really. You just got to do it very lightly, because this can get out of hand real quick. So top's done, not much there. Sides are done. He wanted it kind of light on this one, so it's light. Ends, not too much on the ends. And not too much there. So what I do is I use white to start off with, fade everything down, and then come in with this color right here. I mix up a huge, you can see it's this from this afternoon, it's still wet. That's why I didn't get to the black, because this stuff takes a long time to dry. Even though it's acrylic, I thin it down to an ink consistency. So you can see the ends here. Let me see if I can get a good shot of the ends. Yeah, you can see all the rust here and there. The door side. Chili. Hell yeah, that's kind of look like chili, doesn't it? Where the ladybugs. Yeah, I haven't seen any in the room yet this year. I'm sure as soon as it warms, we've had such up and down temperatures. I'm sure as soon as that happens, I'll be having little ladybugs sitting all around in here eating my paint. It's that smell. They said that acrylic paint smells has the pheromone aroma for them, so that it just attracts them. So when I'm working on something, I'll take a little video every now and then if I have a bunch. I think I've had like 4 in the bowl at one time before. So yeah, so this is going along pretty good. These are pretty well weathered. The cars and everything that they go with are up on that top shelf right there. There's some well cars. There's the trailer cars. I've got my trailers. I've got to dig out and do those. I know they're around here somewhere. So I got to start working on the trailers. Get those all finished up. So that's where we're going with this. So this should be done. I'm hoping to have these done tomorrow. We've got, like I said, I've got that other one more thing for Gabe at his college tomorrow. So we're doing that, and then I'm running my mom around doing a few doctor's appointments tomorrow. So I don't know how much I'll get to this, but by Thursday these will be completely done, along with probably some of the trailers, and then I'll start finishing up. I got most of the cars done. I'll show you those a little later this weekend. The well cars, I've got those pretty well weathered up now. So I'll show you those when I get them finished up this weekend. But yeah, it comes out looking really nice. Well, I mean, it looks dirty, but looks nice for dirty. So it's a good. I like the effect that I've created with doing this this blotchiness. It really accents it. So whatever container is sitting on top looks really good. So we've got that done. So that's and then I got like I said, then I got this built for one of our subscribers. It's going out of here. Sometimes you see new Maersk along with the old Maersk. Yep, you do. And he likes all the Maersk. So I've even used 20 footers and the old style and the newer style that have the blue. So yeah, part of the group thing that's going on for Gabe tomorrow night, in addition to the scholarship thing, is it's also the honor society. He's been in that. He's been on the dean's list ever since. Well, he's in his sixth semester now, and he's been on the dean's list all six semesters. So he's starting to rack up the accolades, and so I'm going to have a lot of framing to do. I used to do all my own framing for all my own artwork that I was doing, that I was taking to train shows to sell. So I'll dig out the mat cutters and I'll frame them up. All of his certificates and all of his stuff that he gets and awards and all that, I'll get them all framed, nicely done, like really beautiful executive style, like green mats and dark green mats and gold yeah.
Thank you, Greg.
Oh, okay. Gabe said thank you, Great Northern, in case you didn't hear him. I didn't read it. I don't have my glasses on right now because I was so I didn't stick my finger in any paint. I had my glasses off so I could see what I was doing over there. So we've about another 2-3 weeks. But I'm hoping, like I said, I'll give you guys an update on Friday. I haven't done a single thing on the Skid Row over here because I'm at a standstill right now until I get a bunch of stuff printed. So there's really nothing to show you on that. But once I do, I'm hoping actually this week I've got to get the window air conditioners made. We already have the files for those, so I just need to get Gabe to print that. So probably Thursday I'll print the air conditioners off, and then I can start to finish up the windows and start doing the details, except for the fire escapes. So we'll give you guys an update on those buildings probably this weekend sometime, because I'll work on those a little bit while I'm waiting for paint to dry. It takes forever for paint to dry on, like I said earlier, on these things. Because with my pools, where I leave it to let it just do its own thing naturally, it can take up to an hour for the acrylic paint to dry because it's so wet. So while I'm waiting on things to dry there, I'll go in and start working on the air conditioners and doing some of the details.
Arsky says, road trip, we have to be there to support Gabe.
Well, thank you, Arsky.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's going to be it was really nice. The first one yesterday was really good. They had about, I guess, 50 of the kids were getting some sort of scholarship of some sort. So it's nice to see that, and it was all from private donations. There was nothing to do, because all that kind of stuff got done away with by the government. So any of that financial help and stuff. So this is all just from private funds. So a lot of the people that donated were even there last night. So we got to meet them, and the family that did Gabe's award wasn't there, unfortunately, but he had to do a thank you card, and they left it and the college was going to take care of delivering those for him. So that's pretty good. So I think there's been a lot of work on things I've needed to do, just not a whole lot on the layout itself. I'm going to my goal is to get all of these car orders and everything done, along with things like this, in the next 2.5-3 weeks, so that when he's done, I'm done. So that we can just go right into this, start printing and doing and scenery, the whole works. So that's my goal, is to be, by the time he's ready, I'm ready. So we'll do like a few little live streams like this for the next 2 or 3 weeks, mainly just to come on and visit with you guys and let you guys talk to each other and because I know a number of you know each other and stuff, so if you want to just come on and chat and things, and, you know, give you updates on what I have gotten done, show you some of the things like the containers that I'm working on, and then, like I said, we'll get to it. We will have a new video up. I'm thinking tonight. I'm hoping tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. I know I talked about this last week, but we have our very last Menards video almost ready to go. I'm going to do the narration over the top tonight or tomorrow morning at the latest, and then we'll get that one up. That shows where all the Christmas stuff goes in the off season. It doesn't go away, so if you have Menards near you, stuff is still there. So we'll show you where they hide all that, and they put sales on it during the year too. So it's worth, if you have Menards, to keep going and checking if you like those buildings that we did the big videos on. So we'll have that up there along with our next layout tour. That'll be coming this week as well. The video for that. I'm trying to think of what else. We have a couple of reviews.
Caboose says good night.
Okay, glad you joined us, Caboose. Hope you see you at the next one. So like I said, if you guys have liked all this, like and subscribe, hang in with us for about 2-3 weeks, because it's just going to go nuts. Yeah, like and subscribe and hit that notification so that you'll know when we are live. We put up a notice usually we try to give you at least an hour's notice, if not more. Sometimes it's a half an hour, we just decide to do it. Sometimes we just start, because that's happened a couple times the past few weeks when we've actually had time for him to help me with it, to be able to do it, that we just started a video, started a live stream. So,
Jason says, I guess I tuned in towards the end. I'm always late to things.
Yeah, we're getting kind of close to the end. I don't know how long we've been on. I think about an hour.
Yeah, about almost exactly an hour.
Almost exactly an hour? Okay.
Let's see. Great Northern says, join too. This channel needs more members.
Oh, join. Thank you, Great Northern.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you want to join, that's fine. Also, great way to support is our Amazon wish list. There's some great things there. We're always in need of more rolling stock, and there's things on there that'll help the layout. So if you're ever so inclined, there's some everything there from like $10 up to whatever. I don't know what our high is, but that's always a great way to help. Just saves me, allows me to put more into the actual grunt stuff, the physical things and all the stuff that goes behind the scenes and things like that. So, but again, thank you to everybody who has stuck with us, and we're here. We will be coming back pretty heavy. I'll look and see. We'll post when that show is going to be down where the Challenger is. I'll see if I can dig that up and find that and put it up, so at least anybody in the area, if you want to go see it, you can. And we may, like I said, we may be there ourselves. But we'll do the thing this weekend. We'll make the video this weekend we'll do that. Like I said, we're going to do that challenge, that $50 challenge, $50 to $65 challenge, to see what I can get for that. I know 2 things I can get for sure. But I'm going to see if I can stretch it. The 65 might give me a couple of the other things I was looking at. So we'll see.
Jason Barnes just said, I just hit the subscribe. Woohoo.
Oh, well, thank you, Jason.
Yeah,
Thank you for subscribing. So,
Willem asks, do you know the best advice for a metro area?
best advice for a metro area. Do you mean to go rail fan, or do you mean to model? For as far as if you want to see some really great shots of metro, like elevated stuff, I would look at, I can't think of who the thing is, but if you just type in Metra, live cams, live streaming.
Model.
Model. Well, I guess it depends on what area you want to do. And now there's Metro for subway. There's also, there's some really good, modern F40s that have been converted that a lot of the roads are running. So you can always do some of those. Of course, any of the F59 PHI sets, that like the TRE, the Utah Front Runners, the there's like one for every part of the country. So you've got those kind of things. What's up?
Jason says, in reply to Great Northern, he says, you seems like a great dude, and you people in the chat seem acceptable too. Haha.
No, we have good people.
Yeah.
We've been doing the channel now for a year and a half, getting close to 2 years. If you go to our main page, you'll see all our videos. They're under the shorts, they're under the regulars. We're closing in on close to 1,300 videos available for you to watch. There's product reviews, there's runs, there's build videos, there's just about anything and everything up there. So there's a lot of content to look at, and we're going to be adding more. We're going to hopefully hit 2,000 videos by the end of the year. We're hoping to reach, by the time we hit our 2-year mark, we're hoping to probably reach about 6,500 to 7,000 subscribers. And then we're going to push it hard this summer. The other thing we're doing this summer is we're still keeping this as the main. You guys are going to get everything first, but then as we put up a video here, we're going to be expanding onto Instagram, right?
Yeah.
And Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
and
I think that was it.
well, somebody said we should put stuff on Discord too.
Discord?
There's a lot of guys that are on Discord.
Well, we'd have to create a group.
I'm
like-
sure we could probably create a group.
Yeah, because
Without any problem.
it's just like for people chatting amongst themselves.
That's all right. We put it up there.
Sharing, yeah.
Let people have the videos and let them have if they want to have a chat up there and stuff. So
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not like a video sharing platform,
Okay.
but it's good for like discussions and
yeah,
announcements. and
that
stuff.
might be good, right?
So,
So
if you guys want a space to hang out and discuss, we
Yeah.
can set up a Discord channel if you want.
So we're going to be doing that all this summer. It's just going to explode this summer with where we're at online with everything. Of course, we have our Facebook channels, our Facebook groups and stuff that we're in, and our own pages that we've created. So we're just going to be this summer. It's just going to be posting. So when we post a video here, we'll post it on those others. We'll try to drive all the traffic here to the YouTube channel. So if we can do that, that's why I'm hoping we can hit that goal of like 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year around Christmas time.
Great Northern says I don't quite grasp Discord, and Jason says I can relate to that.
Well, my son does Discord all the time, so
Jason says I think Discord is for the Utes. Yeah.
okay. So, but we're going to be doing a lot of that this summer. So we're going to really be expanding things because we're probably going to hit 1,500 videos by summer without any problem. So we're just going to start. It'll all go here first on YouTube, and then we'll just filter it all out to there. So we're just going to try to drive a bunch more here. We're going to be very careful. We like everybody that's here. We like how, you guys are wonderful, and, we don't have any drama.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to make sure that stays that way. So, people coming in, if Gabe's very good at catching things quick and stopping offensive chat and blocking people.
Yeah, just trolls.
Yeah, so he's really good at that. So as we go along, we're going to try to keep this a good, calm place for everybody to just come and enjoy. And so far, we've been, really lucky about all that because you guys have been fantastic. So we're just going to try to keep building the community that way.
Yeah, you guys are awesome.
Yeah. So again, either way, so like and subscribe and hit the notifications, or if you want to go check out the wish list, there's links all over. We changed it.
Yeah, just in case something like this happens again with one of the engines.
With one of the engines.
Setting up an actual gift registry allows us, if something does go wrong for whatever reason, it'll let us easier be able to return that item.
Yeah, to get an exchange to get the same thing back.
Yeah. So
it's a whole different thing. You guys, if you've ever popped into it, it may look a little different, but the links have all been changed, so you shouldn't have any problems at all getting to it.
Fresno Jason says, depends on who you ask. We might not be acceptable to rivet counters, but we like everyone.
Yeah, I'm not that fond of rivet counters either. On our Facebook pages, we get a lot of that. Well, not a lot of it, but I get a fairly decent amount, and I shut that down pretty quick because it's like, you know, there's too much going on in life to be hung up on little details, literally.
Yeah.
So, you know, I love doing a lot of stuff as far as like fantasy schemes, fantasy roads, doing things outside the norm, and I know it just bothers some people to death, but that's what I do.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Who cares? It's a hobby.
yeah, exactly.
Have a good one, Josh. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fresno Jason says we'll live under a bridge for trains.
Literally, yeah. Well, I'm gonna have people living under my bridge.
And Jason Barnes says to Fresno Jason, it's always the Jasons.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
Fresno says, I rivet count where I want to, but only on my stuff or if somebody asks prototype questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm never critical to anybody about anything ever because what is treasured to somebody is not to the other, and that's who the trolls are. We just don't put up with that. So we've actually had a few of those on here that have said things to other people, and we've blocked them for good. So don't worry about it. This will always be a good place to be. So
Yeah, he says it's your railroad. Run what you want or like.
exactly. That's what this whole hobby's about.
Yeah.
So all right, guys.
Jason Barnes says, but I always enjoy saying you missed a spot.
Yeah, but that's not rivet counting. Rivet counting is like, that side of that boiler or that steam engine should have 122 bolts on it and you only have 119. That's rivet counting. Literally.
Literally rivet counting.
And I ran into guys like that in real life. At train shows with my artwork and stuff, and it's like, nah, I'm not dealing with that.
Yeah, they're out there somehow.
Yeah. All right, buddy. So we had a good time tonight. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. It was fun, just chatting.
Great Northern says he likes these evening live streams.
Good. We'll do more of these in the summer for sure, and more in the daytime too. Probably in our work sessions. We may be doing multiples on a day. You know, we may do one in the afternoon showing the work, and then one at night just to decompress and have fun talking. So
yeah, Arsky says we did.
Good.
Jason says, "Oh, that locomotive's wrong. It's one scale foot too long."
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. In my drawing days, I had people that would actually say, "Oh, that's not scale. That can't be right. That inch that's too short for that." It's like, you know, I'm a rivet counter when it comes to my artwork. You know, and I'm most critical of myself and my own stuff. You know, I would take pains to make sure everything was perfect, and yet you're still going to get somebody that's going to come along and do that. It doesn't matter.
They're just it's just a fact of the.
Yep. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Fresno says, "Great stream, guys. See you next time."
Good. Glad you enjoyed it. So yes, we're looking probably for Friday. We may even do it. We may do maybe 2 short ones on Friday. Maybe a quick in the afternoon with maybe a little build, and then maybe in the evening. I don't know, or maybe we'll do a Saturday evening or something. So we'll just kind of play by ear. So we'll figure something out by the weekend. We have 1 or 2 by then. So like I said, we were pretty busy between now and then with Gabe and his school and me finishing up all of the containers and stuff. So hope you guys will stay with us, and like I said, we'll be picking up here pretty quick.
Yeah.
So we'll talk at you the next one.
Yeah.
And you can always post anything you want in our community. If you guys have any questions, you guys want to chat with each other, just you guys can do that up there without any problem. So we set it up for.
RC says we get trackside easy. I see.
Okay.
And I'm getting a lot of my projects done. The biggest one that I had for the semester is now done.
Yeah.
It came out to being like 5,500 some odd words.
Yeah.
It was an analysis of a book on criminal justice. So that was.
Oh yeah, he just really enjoyed it.
Just fun. Yeah.
But this is what he's gonna have to deal with. It's all part of the job that he's going into. So.
It's not that it was a fascinating book, but it wasn't that it wasn't a good read. It was just the contents therein were very difficult.
Very
so.
difficult. Yeah. He said there was a lot of hard stuff to read about.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So you guys take care. Hope the weather is good where you're at. We still have some calm weather for a while. We're not expecting anything until Thursday night into Friday. I hope it's just nothing. So, but you guys take care, and we will see you sometime coming up the end of the week.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, I am actually a psychology and sociology major, Jason. But I had to get some, as a part of the sociology, I had to get some criminology experience.
Yeah.
And criminal justice experience, so which is good.
And you'll have to have that with the psychology anyway, because, you may be dealing with people that have a criminal past at some point or another. So.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's all together.
It all intertwines.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, really enjoying it. Fresno waves goodbye.
Okay.
And Great Northern says peace.
All right, everybody.
So we will see you guys later.
Yes, have a good night.
Yeah, have
And
a good
thanks for joining us. We'll see you in the next one.